I never thought owning a quiet stretch of riverfront land would turn into a full-blown war with an HOA. But then again, I'd never met Karen. She wasn't just any Karen. She was the president of the Lakeshore Estates HOA, the self-appointed queen of clipboards, bylaws, and bad ideas. It all started when she decided my old wooden bridge was an eyesore. That bridge had been there for 40 years, hand-built by my granddad, connecting my ranch to the county road across the creek. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. And most importantly, it was mine. One morning, I woke up to the sound of heavy machinery, the kind of rumble that makes your chest vibrate. I stepped outside in my boots and saw it. A bright yellow bulldozer parked right at the edge of my land, engine roaring. And standing next to it, in a neon pink vest and a sun visor, was Karen herself, barking orders like she was leading a military operation. I stormed down to the creek, waving my arms. "Hey, what in the hell do you think you're doing?" She turned with that smug HOA smile. "Oh, good morning. We're just improving the area. This bridge violates community aesthetic standards." I blinked. "Aesthetic? Lady, this isn't even in your HOA." She waved a piece of paper. "According to our new jurisdiction expansion proposal, this area now falls under Lakeshore Estates beautification control." "Proposal?" I said. "Did it pass?" She hesitated. "Well, not officially. Yet." I took a deep breath. "Karen, that bridge is private property. You so much as scratch it, and you're trespassing." She gave a little laugh. "You'll thank me later. The new design will raise your property value." Then she waved to the bulldozer operator. "Go ahead. Start clearing it." Before I could stop him, the blade hit the old bridge. With one groan of splintered wood, the whole thing collapsed into the river. I stood there in disbelief, watching 40 years of family history float away downstream. Karen dusted her hands and said, "See? Much better already." Now, most people would have called the cops right then. But me? I called my engineer. You see, the creek that bridge crossed wasn't just a pretty stream. It was part of a waterway system I legally controlled through an irrigation lease. That meant I also controlled the flow gate, the dam upstream that fed water right past Karen's fancy $6 million Lakeside mansion. So, I decided it was time for a little hydrological karma. The next week, I filed a formal complaint with the county, complete with drone photos, GPS data, and a very detailed estimate of unauthorized demolition damages. Then, while Karen was busy planning her next HOA meeting, I quietly had my workers rebuild the flow gate. Only this time, I made a few adjustments. When the first storm of the season rolled in, I watched on my monitor as the water level rose. My new gate sensors triggered perfectly, redirecting the natural overflow right where the HOA had extended their illegal drainage ditch, which, by the way, ran straight behind Karen's mansion. 2 days later, I got a phone call. "You," she shrieked. "My yard is underwater. The pool is overflowing. My basement is flooded." I said calmly, "Well, that's odd. You didn't like the old bridge and now you've got waterfront property. Thought you wanted it prettier." She screamed something about lawyers and reckless endangerment. But here's the kicker. The county investigation had already confirmed she'd ordered the demolition of a registered structure on private land. That's a big no-no. And the flooding? 100% a natural waterway response, confirmed by the environmental department. I hadn't done a thing illegal. I just restored the original flow. By the end of the week, the HOA's insurance had dropped them, Karen's mansion was declared a flood hazard, and the whole Lakeshore Estates beautification initiative was permanently shut down. When the county served her with a repair fine for unauthorized construction near a protected creek, she tried to blame me. The investigator laughed and said, "Ma'am, the only thing he built was a legal dam that's been there since 1978. She moved out 2 months later. The bridge? I rebuilt it. Stronger, wider, and now with a shiny sign that says, 'Private bridge, HOA trespassers will be washed away.' And every time I cross it, I look downstream toward the empty mansion and smile, because sometimes nature delivers justice better than any courtroom ever could." Water wave.